Travis, quick catch up, mate, because I know you're off. Is it final spar of camp?
Sparring night will be made. Just in the gym, just sparring with Ben and stuff like that. Like it's not no one's coming to the gym. It's nobody exciting. It's just the gym lads.
Just a little in-house sparring with the
Yeah, right.
with the teammates. Because there's
Yeah,
quite a few of you now down at
Weymouth.
Weymouth,
Yeah, that's where
Sunderland.
we got tonight. Well,
um, but a good performance last time out against Joe Hardy, where you not only picked up win number 2, but stoppage number 1, mate.
I thought
Deal.
I might have been a little bit early, like, 'cause I didn't really feel like I was landing him a lot clean after I put him down. But I mean, it was probably inevitable. That was always going to happen. I feel like he wasn't really thrown back, was he? To be honest, so
Well, I think you left the referee no option because
yeah,
you were very, very persistent on him, mate. You didn't leave the kid alone, which is, I think, the right way to go about it, you know. And, he was he was tucking up and covering up, like I say, he was throwing nothing back. And if it wasn't going to happen that round, it was definitely going to happen the next round.
Yeah,
Was
I
that good?
agree. Aye.
I think we just spoke literally a little bit before that because you told me as an amateur you'd boxed there previously, and with 165 amateur bouts under your belt, I presume there's not anywhere where you haven't boxed.
You're right, mate. I've boxed up and down the country for years. I've always been on the road, up and down everywhere. I've boxed every corner of the country, like. But nah, it's a good venue to box in, mate. It was like I say, I boxed there when I was a schoolboy in the schoolboy championships years and years ago. I think I would have been about 11 or something back then. So, aye, good memories, mate. It was nice to go back there, and I enjoyed boxing on one of Steve's shows for the first time as well. Like so, it was. I enjoyed it, mate. It was a good show to be
Well,
part of.
because of such a good performance, you've been added to our next show, which is the Light Waves in Wakefield, a place we've never been to as a professional outfit. But have you ever boxed there as an amateur then?
To be honest, mate, no, I kind of think off the top of my head, but I can always remember. I remember some of the lads from the old amateur gym, Sunderland. There was like it might have been the boys' clubs or something, and we went down there to watch the lads box in the championships down there. And it might have been the same place. I might recognise the place once I get myself down there next week, like. But off the top of my head, I can't remember ever boxing in Wakefield myself, like. But
Well, I'm looking forward to it
been there
because
for.
it's the night of the debutants. It's
Yeah,
good when you get one kid making his debut on a show because they always bring you an extra little bit of support. But this
yeah.
time we've got five kids making their debut on the night. In fact, I think a kid called Lenny Davison who just called with um, Connor Lawrence and Josh Hargreaves are going to be the most experienced, and I don't think any of you have had more than 5 fights.
Yeah.
So
Aye, well, it's hopefully it's going to be busy. I would imagine it probably will be. We're being at Easter weekend as well. Everyone will probably be down Wakefield for a piss up winter. But aye, so I'm looking forward to it again, Lee, and obviously I cannot wait to get down there.
And preparations,
Hopefully
how's it
another
been
good
going?
performance.
Preparations for this, because I presume you've not really had too long out
No,
of the
I
gym
didn't
after
really,
that.
mate. I had a few days out the gym. That was it, really. I had a few days out the gym, but then I was straight back into the gym. Well, I haven't really been out the gym, really. I've been training anyway. So, obviously, it's better. I prefer being like that. I like to keep fit, you know what I mean? And keep near enough on weight. It's easier to do it that way, you know what I mean? Rather than going back on your cell and then you've got to give yourself too much work to put back into the gym to get yourself fit and back on fighting weight. So, I'm glad that the opportunities came up again to fight.
Is that still going to be a realistic possibility for you? Because I remember when I first met you, and I don't know, just under 12 stone. I thought you was going to be a middleweight. Then I was surprised when you said a light middleweight. But I hear rumours that welterweight is still on the cards.
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt. I'll just get a nutritionist back on board. I mean, like middleweight, I may comfortably myself, you know what I mean? But I know my first fight was meant to be out welterweight, wasn't it? So, and the opponent changed a couple of days before the fight, so it was like fight at light middleweight or don't fight at all. But like I say, I'd sold a lot of tickets that fight, didn't I? And I wasn't really worried anyways because I used to fight at light middleweight as an amateur anyways. I had the area title in the Northeast at light middleweight and I won that outright. So, it doesn't really worry us too much fighting between welterweight and light middleweight, you know what I mean? But obviously, at some stage I will fight at welterweight again. Definitely, it's just we'll wait for the
day before
we'll wait for
weigh-ins,
the opportunity.
and day before weigh-ins.
That would probably need to be the case, like, because like I say, I feel like I'd be giant for welterweight. I think and the same day weigh-in wouldn't be ideal, really, would it, for me to get there at that weight and then box obviously a few hours later again, which is. But being realistic, if I had a day before weigh-in, I definitely think I could get back to welterweight because I just get a nutritionist back on board. So
and you're going to be fighting at the weight that you're fighting at now anyway, because the day before weigh-in, by the time you refuel, rehydrated, you're probably actually eating bigger than you are now, because on the day weigh-ins are hard to do, aren't they?
It's not ideal. I mean, it's been a bit weird because the first two professional fights I've had, I've never experienced it yet. Obviously, even when I boxed on the Wasserman show, because it was a late opponent change, it meant that I couldn't do the day before weigh-in. So I was at the weigh-in, and it was just a false weigh-in, just for the public and stuff like that, and for the press and all that type of thing. But it is what it is. Sometimes you've just got to kind of head with them things, aren't you? And that's obviously what happened. But I didn't think it stopped us from having bad performances.
Getting back to April the 8th, when you, like I say, out for fight number 3, do we have an opponent? Because you've only just been added, so I don't know, and you probably know more than me.
We have got an opponent, to be honest, Lee, but I couldn't tell you the name off the top of my head. And Steve's discussed it in their group WhatsApp, but I've never really looked into it too much. I might have a little look into it, but to be honest, I'm not really worried either. I've just got to concentrate on what I do, not what anyone else is doing in front of us, really, on it. So as long as I can perform well, then that's the main thing. So,
well, I suppose because you're still fresh from the amateurs, and with that, as we mentioned before, that ridiculous amount of experience you've got, there's not a style that you've not met before, is there?
No, without a doubt, mate. I tend to adapt fast. Do you know what I mean? I've been around different styles for that long now. I can change and fight different styles myself. Do you know what I mean? So, but hopefully I can get another stoppage, mate, and keep the ball rolling.
I'm just beginning. Is that a big part of your style? Because obviously I haven't seen much of you. I think the first time I got to see you in action was a spar with a kid who's making his debut on the same night, Richard.
Yeah.
And I was really impressed. I didn't realise you were southpaw. But what I did find out about you, and especially in these last 2 fights, you've got a ridiculous engine on you, mate. You are a very, very busy fighter. Has that always been part of your game?
It has, mate. I was always a fit kid in the amateurs. I think fitness won us a lot of fights towards the end of my career. I always knew that I was fit, and when I was fit around, I was generally stronger than most people who had boxed as well. So I just like to be a busy fighter, Lee. I think, to be honest, I think if people didn't know who I was or whatever, they would watch us and they would say that I'd probably have an exciting style. Do you know what I mean? So I like to I like to try and keep people entertained as much as I can. Do you know what I mean? So that's like, I like to put it on people and stuff like that, and I like a good tear up. I mean, I can box, but at the end of the day, people want to come to watch fights that's exciting, and that's what I like to think and deliver. Do you know what I mean?
Well, so I think you've delivered that twice now, mate. Your debut up in Newcastle was a fine performance, and like you say, even though it was only 1 round, you put more into that 1 round than a lot of people put in the whole of 4 rounds. So good luck for April the 8th. We'll hopefully find out who the opponent is. I should have done my research, shouldn't I?
I know, mate. I should have as well, but I've completely slipped my mind. We did have this conversation the other day as well, like, to be fair. But
it was a last minute thing, like I say. We just had you on, and like I say, because you are doing so well, we want to try and push you as quickly as we can. Even though you're still really, you're only 25, are you?
26, mate. 27 in October.
So I presume we can push you a little bit more than the likes of Ben and Adam, who are a little bit younger than you. A
little bit younger, yeah.
Certainly, definitely not more experienced than you. So good luck for the 8th. And
thanks very much,
I'll be down there. We'll be filming it, and I'll be chatting to you, and hopefully I'll be saying win number 3.
And stoppage number 2. Cheers, Lee.
Glad you said that. I keep getting told off. So listen, good luck for them. I'll see you on the 8th.
Thanks very much, pal. Thanks.
Bye, mate.
Cheers, mate. Bye, mate.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.